Hi everybody, we are back. This is Hardly Bardley here, playing once again Long Live the Queen. So we are literally picking up from where I left off last time, playing an introduction game. So, looking at the mood here, we have afraid, depressed, willful, and pressured. But seeing as she's still apparently has a few more points in afraid than willful, we are still having the afraid expression. So let's take a look at her skills now. So it looks like agility still has some points in it. Faith and expression both have like a little bit of a bonus. Weapons, intrigue, military, still down. So let's take some classes, shall we? So today, let's see. I think I'm actually going to take something that doesn't have a bunch of bonuses in it. So we're actually going to do courtly manners instead, because we are probably going to need some of those. So let's go ahead and take a look at those. So done. You review the correct greetings for guests according to rank and when to extend your hand to another. All nobles expect their due honors. And next week, as the person of highest rank within the domain, no one may sit at any formal event unless you give them permission, and no one must ever turn their back on you. If they do, you are intended to recognize the insult. And see, they did have a bonus for this, so we didn't get up to 30. We only got up to 20.30. So, and now we go to another cutscene. Charlotte, he loves me not. Elodie, do you have a boyfriend?
Not really. I just like to play with the flowers.
All of a sudden, the Duchess of Ersul rushes into the garden and points a sword at you. No, not at you. At your feet? Princess, don't move. Hold still or look down. Well, I mean, she's got a sword at us, but, you know, my curiosity is going to get the better of me. I'm going to look down. You look down where her sword is pointing.
There's a snake in the grass. Not a snake in the grass. No, not a snake.
And we have +1 to afraid now. You can't help it. You squeak and jump back. The snake tenses and prepares to strike.
No!
Your cousin pushes you aside, and the snake's fangs sink into her leg. Oh no, poor Elodie. Elodie! Too late, Juliana swings her sword and cuts off the snake's head. What is going on out here? Your daughter's been bitten by a milk viper. They're poisonous. Get an herbalist, right away. I will keep... I got so tongue-tied right there. I will treat my daughter. I certainly can't trust anyone here to keep her safe. I'm sorry. I don't feel good. We will be returning home to Merva immediately. Your aunt has a point. Milk vipers are not native to this area. That snake should never have been here. Someone may have tried to kill you. And now we have our first assassination attempt on our poor little princess's life. Will Charlotte be okay? I don't know. Well, goodness. We no longer have the option to visit Charlotte anymore. But we still have the option to go talk to our father and to talk to Juliana. So I'm going to go talk to Juliana. How do I find my lumen crystal? And she's just talking like, you know, nothing happened. And that's what happens with some of these cutscenes, like, or some of these previously scripted ones. It's like, how do I find my lumen crystal? Your father probably knows what happened to it. What if he destroyed it? They can't be destroyed. He could only throw it away. But then someone else might find it. No, he'll keep it safe. But if it's mine, it wouldn't matter if someone else found it. It's attuned to you, but you haven't bonded with it yet. If it found a compatible host, someone who is like you in some way, it could bond to them. And And now we look absolutely petrified again. This poor little girl. Alright, so let's take a look and see what our skill things are. So, we've still got bonuses here and here. And here, of course. So, let's take some more classes. Let's see. Let's do... Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Let's do a little bit more court manners and dance. Okay, so for court manners, you study rules for formal dining, including the proper utensils for different dishes. As the queen, no one will comment on your mistakes, but they will notice them. And for dance, you begin practicing dance steps in time to music, quick and slow, turning and weaving. And also, one thing I want to note is that skills will only let you get up to 50 in each class before, like, I'm wanting to think, like, you have to do something else in it first, but, because I'm wanting to think there's, like, a small cutoff point for some of these before you get any further in them, and I can't remember exactly how. So, I'm going to be relearning this with you. It says, the castle seems quieter now with Charlotte and Emery and Zara and their parents gone. It's certainly not empty, though. It seems like we get more servants every day. I was so worried about Charlotte after that snake bit her. Test poison failed. But her mother says she's okay, so I guess it turned out all right. Maybe she has a guardian angel. And let's go talk to our father. Dad? What happened to Mom's lumen crystal? It's in a safe place. Can I have it? No. But it's mine. And +1 to willful. Meddling with magic killed your mother. I don't want that to happen to you. Once you're crowned queen, I can't stop you from doing anything you want. But for now, you are still a child. Geez, she's in training to do all this stuff and almost got killed once, but nope, he won't let her touch a magic boom boom crystal. Oh well. Juliana's not going to be too happy about that, so back to classes we go. Let's see. Let's go into reflexes this time. Or can we do royal demeanor? No, we've still got that going on. What else can we do? Why don't we do reflexes and flattery? There we go. Done. Alright, for flattery, you learn that it's important to make eye contact when saying nice things about someone. This is true in real life. There's actually some good, decent lessons to be learned from this game. So they put a lot of thought and effort into this. Okay, so for reflexes, your teacher walks around you prodding a finger at you slowly in order to train you in blocking those touches without triggering fear or faster breathing. I'm sorry, but I'm just imagining somebody just, like, slowly trying to poke you. It's like that whole interrupting sloth knock-knock joke is like, eeeeee. Okay. Right, so new cutscene. One of the maids approaches you for your attention. It says, Alice, my lady, couriers have arrived from the Duke of Sedna. Who is this person? A chambermaid. She's age 18, single, family owns a bakery in town, has 2 brothers. I wonder if we could get, like, some cupcakes from her. Elodie, we have a Duke of Sedna? So, foreign intelligence and foreign affairs failed! No, my lady. The Duchy of Sedna is in Tallahassee. Tallahassee? Tallahassee! Okay. They have brought you a letter and a gift. Condolences on the death of... Deeply regret. Best wishes. Oh, what a beautiful necklace. It might not be appropriate for me to wear a man's gift in public, though. People would think it meant something. So we actually passed the test, court manners. So, I will admit, I did remember that one from the last time I played this, even though it was like about 4 years ago. But anyway, I did remember that one, so I actually want to show you what it was like to pass a test. You get that pretty pink color going. Okay, so we have the option to wear it and not care what people think, or we don't wear it. And since we have not even met this guy before, we're not going to wear this thing. It says 1, the yielding. It's important to maintain the proper image. So, let's go visit the Duchess again. Talking the father's out of the way. My father says I can't have the crystal until I'm queen, so we'll just have to wait. There may not be time to wait. This world is filled with dangers, and you will need the powers of Lumen to fight them. You can't begin training until you have bonded with your crystal. Well, what else am I supposed to do about it? The crystal is probably held under guard in the royal treasury. You are the princess. You should be able to find a way inside. Otherwise, we might have to take drastic action. So, we have a new choice. Wait until I'm older, I'll try to find a way, or what drastic action? The choices. Well, Dad was being a bit of a jerk, so I want to know what drastic action. What do you mean by drastic action? Let's hope it doesn't come to that. Ah, Juliana! You're just gonna keep us in the dark? That sucks. Try to reach the crystal. If you can't, come and talk to me again. Well, that sure went pretty far, didn't it? Anyway, so look, we got court manners going there. So we're doing pretty good on these. So, let's see. What else can we do? So, let's see. Let's go back to, decoration, and we'll continue with reflexes. Okay. You learn to mix paints and apply them to canvas, capturing the light and color of the castle gardens. And for reflexes, oh, good, we have the extra bonus for being afraid. You practice with a jump rope to increase the speed of your footwork. You practice solo tennis, hitting a ball against the wall repeatedly in order to train your hand and eye to react. You may now play sports on the weekends. Yay! So now you have an additional extracurricular activity that you can do. As you're walking, you spot a familiar figure in the palace gardens. It's the Duchess of Versailles. Maybe I should go and say hi. Or hello. Then you notice that seated beside her is a woman in the robes of a priestess. They're very close together, their hands gently touching as they speak. Looks like she's busy. Looks like somebody's got a date. You turn and walk in a different direction so as not to disturb them. At that moment, you notice something unusual. It looks like someone just left the palace grounds by going over the hedge. Was that a servant? A thief? Or an assassin? So, we have the option to climb up and look over the hedge, call the guards, or run and hide. Let's go see what it is. And I failed the test of climbing. You look around for something to climb, but you're not sure if the nearby trees can support your weight. You run over to a statue and try to pull yourself up onto the pedestal, but it's too awkward to get your feet in place. By this time, whoever you saw is probably gone anyway. Well, what a mystery. So, if you play sports, you're going to get angry. So, apparently, Elodie has a lot of anger issues to work out. And we can visit the treasury now if we want. And let's see what that's going to do. Counting failed, presents failed, one angry, one willful. So, we need more presents and more accounting points to get in here. You try to talk your way past the treasury guards, but despite the eyelash fluttering, foot stomping, and outright threats, they won't budge. So, we've got to work on those. Let's see. Presents, no can really do right now. And, let's see. But we can work on accounting. However, I kind of want to see that drastic measure, so we're going to work on other stuff instead. So, since we have a little bit of a bonus otherwise, I am going to study some divination and some more divination. So let's take a look at those. So you learn about the gods. You learn that the gods cannot be forced to divulge information about the future, and that the most powerful omens are those which arrive unexpectedly. Dropping your favorite plate is bad luck. A statue spontaneously shattering is a bad omen. You read about well-known signs of bad fortune: whales turning sour, dry lightning, strange fish caught in nets, malformed babies being born, and so on. What is dry lightning? Can someone tell me that? I don't know what dry lightning is. I've almost been struck by lightning before, but I don't know what dry lightning is, so if somebody in the comments could tell me what that means, that'd be awesome. Okay. As you're walking up the stairs, a maid comes running down, holding a towering pile of linen. Elegance failed, reflexes success. So we failed one test, but passed the other. You swiftly step aside and let her pass. So if there was a cutscene for that, then we missed it, because we managed to pass one of those. Yay! And you do have a couple options like that. Like sometimes you'll have double ones, so if you pass one and fail the other one, you still might get it instead. So you have a couple different options of what you could have studied. So let's see. What shall we do? You know, she's such a lonely little thing, and such a sad little thing, so afraid. We should probably do something to cheer her up. So let's let her play with some toys. One yielding, one lonely, and one cheerful. So unfortunately, she's going to be lonely with either option, but still. You spend the weekend holed up alone in your room with your favorite toys. It's childish, but you feel a little bit better. I mean, I can understand. I'm playing a game myself, so... And she's still afraid, bless her little heart. But, you know, at least she's getting somewhere. So maybe we should work on willful next. Or maybe we could still work on cheerful. We'll see. Okay, so right now we still have the bonuses that we did have. So let's work on flattery and divination again. So, for flattery, you learn that flattering comments have the best impact when kept short. Gushing makes people feel awkward. Yes, it does. And for divination, you read that signs have presaged famous disasters, such as how the seeds running red before the doom shadow fell upon Nova 200 years ago. So, you have a little bit of a tidbit of some backstory here. And this game has a lot of backstory, and you have to go through like there's different cutscenes that you can find stuff in, there's different lessons that you can find stuff in, different stuff from like familial connections and stuff like that you can learn from people in here. So in order to find it all out, you have to play through the game different times and take different paths. Okay, Jocelyn. There's a man here to see you. He wishes crowdfunding for a project of his. Oh, and there are several of these here. Remember, the treasury is not unlimited. If you choose to invest, you will have less money to work with later. And you have several options on a couple of these. So, like, you can invest in certain things or not. And they don't really affect, like, the plot line in general, but they will come up in the ending if you manage to make it all the way to the ending. So, like, there's some story that you can learn after the ending, but these investment things they don't really affect any of the rest of the story up until the ending, so you're free to do whatever. Just if you want some little bonus stuff after the fact, then, you know, you can invest. Your Royal Highness, I have a plan to print books using metal letters which can be moved and reused. I need to borrow 875 lassie, that's their currency in this game, to assemble the metal and a factory to mold and cast the type. With this system, we will be able to create new books in a fraction of the time it takes now, and make copies to send all over the world. And test, production, trade, failed. Production plus trade. I don't really know much about factories or trade. Would that really be worthwhile? We are not interested. So, if you don't know enough about a certain thing, you can't invest, but if you do, you have the option. So. And look, sports has changed to angry and lonely, so let's take a look. Visit the treasure again. Let's gonna go back to being cheerful again. So. And she's still so afraid. No. Willful's gone down. Lonely's getting closer to that, so. Okay, so let's take a look again. Let's see. Let's do some public speaking. Yeah, public speaking and lore. You practice tongue-twisting sentences of syllables to improve your enunciation. I should probably do that considering how tongue-tied I get. And for lore, only a lumen can channel magic, and only with the help of an attuned crystal. The ability to control a crystal seems to be inherited, so crystals can be passed from parent to child upon the lumen's death. So, like they were talking about earlier, Elodie could have gotten her mother's crystal. So, we now have a new challenger, apparently. Benyon, Duke of Marie, Earl of Serenitatis. Serenititis, it sounds like a disease of some sort. Okay. He says, Your Highness, my sympathies for your loss. Even after all these years, I sometimes forget that my own mother will never be coming back. Who is this guy? He seems schmarmy. Duke of Marie, age 31. Sister Bren, Duchess of Hellas. Brother Bennett, Earl Consort of Dis. He's single. Okay. Thank you. However, I must call for your aid. The Ixionite occupation of the country of Imbrium, all these weird names. The Ixionite occupation of the country of Imbrium has gone on for far too long. Now is the time to push them back. So Fornifel's fared. I know there's been some problems with Ixion, but I don't know the details. I guess they're occupying southern Marie. Military failed. I don't know anything about the military either. I don't want to fight. There must be a peaceful way to settle this. I will send for diplomats from Ixion and try to get them to come to some arrangement. Unyielding. Thank you, Your Highness. If I may say so, you are looking particularly lovely today. I hope you will think fondly of me. Oh? You 31, boy. And she 14. You a pedo. Is he flirting with me? He's almost as old to be my father. Pedo alert!
Pedo alert! Run, girl, run!
So, let's go back to playing with our toys and hold up on our room. At least we can push the bookshelf in front of the door. And, oh. Now she's lonely. Aww. I'm just making this worse. I am making her sad. I am a bad parent. No. Okay, well, let's see what kind of bonuses we get for her being lonely. Medicine? Okay, so... Oh, that looks cool. Battlefield medicine. Okay, let's take a look at that. So... Medicine and medicine. Battlefield medicine. Let's take a look. So... You learn that wounds, even minor ones, should be washed as soon as possible to prevent dirt from growing under the skin. And the next two are... You learn that blood loss wastes life energy. Bleeding should be stopped through bandages, pressure, and elevation. You learn that minor burns should be cooled, washed, and gently wrapped to keep them clean, like a cut. Major burns and scalding, such as boiling oil, are untreatable on the battlefield. Just, ow. I've been hit with, like, specks of oil that's popped out of a pan before. I can't imagine getting covered in boiling oil. Just, wow, that's some medieval stuff right there. The representative from Ixion is here. Be careful. No one wants to give up prizes that they have won. And it's probably at a good stopping point for this. So, leaving a little bit on a cliffhanger. So, anyway, if you like this video, please give a like and subscribe. And I will see you guys back again soon. Harley Bardley out.